Okay, we're going to be doing a modification to a reliable 60 tamper. This is the back plug right here for the fittings from the inside of the hose to the outside of the hose. Remember I did a previous video on doing a tamper. This is the second tamper. These screws are stripped out. Instead of buying a new one, we're going to be modifying it. I'm tapping it to a 5/16 18 with a number F drill bit, and I'm just going to line these this bit up, and we're going to drill into here. So this is not factory, this is just simply a modification, because I find that the what happens is that the screws tend to strip. So here is an original screw. This is original reliable screw from the 60 tamper. The thread pitch, I think it is 1/4 Yeah, it's 1/4 pitch on the original screw, and the new one I'm going to be 5/16 18 on the pitch. So I have a tap right here. So that's going to be after I've done drilling the hole. Not really doing any kind of measurements. I'm just going by eye. I probably should be accurately measuring the distance and everything, but there's a lot of give and a lot of play in these parts, so I don't really measure them too good. So again, this is a number F drill bit with a 5/16 tap. So we're going to be drilling. Okay, so the hole is drilled. We're going to be taking this out of the chuck, and we're going to be tapping. What I'm going to do is lower the bed. There you go. Lowered the bed so I can get the drill bit out. Okay, next I'm going to do, since this is lined up, I'm going to use a point that we got made up, or I made that up. Looks kind of like this. I just got a piece of steel and made a little point. That will correspond for a tap. So when I'm starting it, I don't start crooked or sideways or left and right. I start flat and even. So I'm gonna stick that in the chuck, not tight. We're gonna get our little grabber slash tap holder, and we're going to lower that down. You kind of see that's how that works. Get some cutting fluid or tapping fluid. This is like a butter cut, it's not that other material. And I'm going to tighten that up. Alright. So after I drill the hole, this will just basically guide me. Okay, I'm started. That's all it does, it just helps me start. I'm probably going to go halfway down, then do the opposite side. So again, this is a modification I'm doing, and this is not factory or original to these tampers, because I find quite often these things will, the screw heads will strip out, the threads will give out, or something happens. So I thought, well, let's do a modification to the screws, so I don't have to worry about replacing it, because it's not really expensive, but it's not cheap. It's kind of accurately priced for these parts. So we're going to, that's finished. We're going to check. Here's your button cap screw. Reason why they call it a button cap, because it looks like a button. I'm gonna stick that in there. You kind of see that's what I'm going to be doing, is using these button caps. So later on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue on tapping and drilling the rest of them out. So what we're going to do is, after we're all done, we're going to wash and clean all the cuttings and everything else. And then we're going to put the other tool together. That'd be done off camera because you already watched me do this already for the reliable 60 tamper tool. But this is just the modification I'm doing. So if you're in that sense of that you can't actually maybe buy this part, maybe it's out of stock currently, or just simply parts are just simply too expensive to buy, or just simply shipping maybe too expensive. But anyways, that's this is the modification. I recommend using a mill, and this is a knee mill, because you can use a drill press, but it's I just have a mill, I don't have a drill press. So again, I'm just going to use this point to help me guide myself down so I don't go crooked. I'm not going left or I'm not going right. I'm going straight because it is aluminum, and you can easily not tap it right. You can go on a bit of an angle and it gets tighter and your tap will break off, and then you have a hard tap in an aluminum hole, and that's probably the worst you can get. But always go back and forth, just clear the chips. There's certain taps that you can just go right in and go right out, but I don't have them. Again, use lots of cutting fluid on this, a lot of friction. Again, I'm just going to go roughly halfway down, because these screws aren't that long. Okay, that's it. This side's modified. The next thing I'm going to do is we're going to flip it, and then that's about it. Oh. That just fell off. But anyways, that's the video. Here are the holes. So these are tapped and drilled, ready for those button cap screws that I got right here. So we got the button cap screws with an Allen head. So anyway, that's the modification. Thanks for watching. Thanks, bye.